Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we're working with the Elongated Arrowhead, where we have doubled the pattern. So we've gone from a 16 string to a 32 string bracelet, which means it took me almost 4 hours to make. Is it worth putting in 4 hours for this? Absolutely. This bracelet, I have it in my hand, turned out amazing. I kind of knew, going into this would be pretty cool, but I kind of wanted to see it before I committed to making it even wider still, because the thought was that I would make a bag or make a can. Like I have a couple of cans already in the office where I keep pens and stuff in it, and they're covered by bracelet material. I don't know if I have a couple cans saved for the purpose of future usages. I'm not sure if the pattern size will match up perfectly or not. If not, I might have to use some kind of string filler on the back, so maybe this bracelet goes 6 or 8 bracelets wide, and then a small gap of just some other colors kind of fill in, and that'll be the back of the can when I have it displayed out. So that's a possibility of something that you can do if it doesn't quite line up right. So you can actually I could just add the color black or white or something, right? And just let that keep bouncing off of the bracelet design, so it don't really change up anything as far as the other pattern's design goes, and then just end up with a stripe down it. So one way or another, basically what that means is I'm going to come up with something for this, and I'm pretty excited about that. So here's the two pieces coming together. It's real simple. It's just like making a regular bracelet that just joins pieces. And for the bags or anything else, it's you just keep joining on more and more parts. So yeah, I really wish that I had the time to do more videos where I actually show making bags and stuff, because obviously that's something that people don't seem to have figured out yet, but it takes so much time to make those. Instead of doing daily videos, I would probably be lucky if it was a monthly video. So kind of is what it is. That, I already have videos out there of making the bags, so if you're really interested in bigger projects and trying something different and new, yeah, the material is already out there, and it can be a lot of fun. You also will notice there's a lot of cool segmenting with this. I kind of worked out a thing where I just kept sweeping left to right and do whatever could be accomplished, and then once you get as far as the side will let you, coming back the other way. And I really think that helps speed things along. So just a possible tip there that might help pay out pretty well. Yeah, I really like how this bracelet turned out. Oh, and by the way, because it was 3.5, 4 hours worth of video, there's a large chunk of the middle just left out. I did record it on live stream, but I didn't save those files or anything to be able to use in the video, because otherwise it would just take too long. Because I knew that there wouldn't be a whole lot more I could really say about this. Again, the red string was used, red and orange, I think, were the colors used the most. So, there's that. Again, cut my strings in thirds. That allowed me to have a single smaller bracelet. I think yesterday's or day before yesterday's bracelet was made with these colors, and then 2/3 of the skein made up this one. So yeah, a little bit more string involved with it. Oh, that reminds me, I should thank the people who helped me get the string, my YouTube members. With their help, I'm able to actually buy string to be able to put this kind of stuff together. So I want to thank them, because I don't know where the center of this is, because like I said, a big chunk of it was cut out. I just kind of wanted to show you how that came together at the start, and then it jumps and shows you more towards the end. I was definitely happy to have the pattern when it came to the middle, where it changes from one direction to the other. That was probably the one thing I had to like really kind of look at, because it's not very intuitive. Like doing this pattern all the way from start to finish, real easy. Well, I say that it's not beginner friendly, but doing it from beginning to end, the same direction, would have been a lot easier than to switch it around in the center of it. That part, yeah, I had to kind of double check, make sure that I was doing what I was supposed to do in order to make that happen. And yeah, it worked out okay. It's just, you get a little bit nervous. You want to make sure you're not making mistakes. So yeah. Yeah, this is way more complicated than some of the other patterns and stuff I do. It's not like the regular arrowhead where it's, comes down 5, back 3. This is, what, 3, 4 for the zigzag? It really changes it up a lot. You have to, be aware and make sure you're not making mistakes. It would be real easy to make mistakes with this one, I think. And I've made a few. I made the tube bracelets with this pattern. Those turned out really amazing. Those had the fade in colors, It's like 4 grayscale and 4 blue fade. Those turned out really amazing. But those I didn't change directions on, so that made it a little bit easier, I guess. Oh, the light colors in the middle, that I think is the highlight of this. You'll see it in the reveal, but having the beginning and end so dark with the blues and the purples and the dark red, then to have it to fade into the oranges and yellows in the middle, along with that bright kind of very yellowy green and a very, very light blue in the center, really made such contrast. It really turned out really, really well. I really love these colors. In fact, I think I would try to do the same colors again if I'm going to do the jar thing. I don't know if I have the string for it, so we'll have to see if this is something I can do soon, or if it's something I have to plan for in the future to be able to have enough string to be able to pull it off. We will see. I'm not sure if I have. I think I took a photo of what the colors were for this, and I'm not 100% sure if I've saved it or not. So if I did, then I can look up the colors and try it all over again. If not, I would have to guess, and maybe it comes out a little bit different. But not the end of the world, but I could have saved myself some headaches, I guess. Well, not knowing what the colors are means I can take a look at what I have in my stash and work accordingly. Otherwise, I'm trying to dig through the stash to find particular numbers. That's not necessarily easy. That's real-time brain computing there, trying to figure out which way I want to go. But I do like the colors that I chose. I really think they worked out really, really well, and would definitely choose them again. Oh, see, big jump. The middle is done. Now we're towards the end, and man, am I a ways away from the clip. Usually I don't work that far away from the clip. Mind you, I was on a live stream though, so. Yeah, you can kind of get a glimpse of how like the brighter colors really make a stark contrast against the darker ones. I think it's really cool. It reminds me, I think I've said this before, I think it reminds me of those Turkish lamps. Have you ever seen them, where they little pieces of glass that are sort of like soldered together with all these different colors and stuff that they put in them? I've always wanted one. The cheaper ones aren't as attractive, and then the ones that I really like are really expensive. So it's like kind of a if I'm gonna do it, I want to buy the expensive one, because those are cooler. I just don't know where I'd even put it though. Like maybe in the office? Maybe after we move and I have a new office, maybe that'll be something I could add. Yeah, this is towards the end, and it just looks like my hands are just going so much faster. It always seems to be easier at the end. So yeah, not much left here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out for the video. That is pretty awesome. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Maybe also subscribe. That would be cool. And then, yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.